Alright, so we got this baby daddy right here. This is the Fujifilm XS20, and I just want to give you guys my update on using this camera for almost 2 years now. Oh my god, where has the time? I remember picking this camera up right away, using it in a studio session at that studio in Hamilton. That was my first time using it, and I took you guys along for a ride, and now it has been almost 2 years. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to give this baby daddy some love right here. Because this camera has become the senior resident of this Fuji family. Now that I have the Fujifilm XH2 and the XH2S, I don't take this camera out as much anymore, but I still use it. Don't get me wrong, I still use it. I'm just a bit more selective of when I use it. So I want to give you guys my 2-year long-term review for the Fujifilm XS10. I'm not going to go into depth, but if you want to see that version, go watch my Fujifilm XS10, the 1-year review, where I go into further detail with the camera. This video is just an update on how the XS10 has been treating me since it's coming up on almost 2 years. So I just want to share my thoughts with you guys. So over the past 2 years of owning this camera, I've been taking it on many trips around the world, abused this baby. I did not baby this camera at all. And you can see some of the battle scars it has here, some of the paint is wearing off, but overall, still not bad. It held up quite nice. Just toss it in the bag here and there and forget about it. And I guess in a long-term review, you guys want to know what the durability of this camera is like. For me, I shot countless of images taking this near the water, shot this outside in a winter storm, beach, mountains, cities, hikes, to name a few, and never once have it failed on me. Never once did I take it in for any servicing issues, so I've been quite lucky and fortunate in that regard. So I've been quite happy with this camera for that reason. And we gotta talk about why I love this camera so much, and that is because of the form factor of this camera. If you look at my Fujifilm XH2 compared to my XS10, you're going to notice a big difference. Look how small this XS10 is. This is the XS10. This is my head. Look how big my head is compared. This is my iPhone 13 Pro. This is the Fujifilm XS20. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can put this in my pocket, but then if people look there, then they probably think I'm up to something no good, so don't do that. This is the Fujifilm XH2. Look how thick this boy is. Look at that thickness right there. Look at how thick that is. Look at that. Look at that shaft and that base. You know, the XH2 is a little bit girthier, but that's okay because sizes and everything. But girth does help. Now, for the folks that are well endowed with the big hands, you may not like the XS10's form factor, but for me, this camera is nice and it's small. And you know what? It has a very nice personality, and you know that it's going to treat you good and it's never going to cheat on you. It focuses all its attention on you. The reason why I'm making this video is because I recently came back from the UK, where I did have the Fujifilm XH2 and the XS10 on me, and I was switching back and forth cameras when I was trying to document the city of London, you know, just take travel photos for keepsakes, for memory's sakes, you know. And I found I liked taking out this camera more than the XH2. And if it's strictly just photography, I still feel like the XS10 is the better travel companion over the XH2 and the XH2S. The smaller form factor makes it so it doesn't draw attention to you. Now, over the 2 weeks I was in the UK, I did a lot of walking, roaming around the city for like 12 kilometers every day. And I had so much camera equipment in my backpack, but I was just glad that the XS10 was very light, and I was glad that it wasn't another XH2 in my bag. And again, I always say that if people saw you with this camera, they probably won't take you seriously because of the way it looks. It just looks like a cute little toy. But this little toy packs quite the punch when it comes to image quality. Don't forget that the sensor inside this camera is the same sensor that is found in the X-T3 and the X-T4. And before the XH2 and the S were released, the X-T4 was deemed the flagship camera at the time. So that means that before the XH2S and the XH2 arrived, the XS10 did have a flagship sensor inside, if you want to be technical. Oh no! So you're getting a beautiful sensor that takes beautiful images. Some of my favorite images I've taken comes from this camera. The Fuji colors are great, the best colors in the game. And again, I always tell people you don't always need the latest and greatest. I've been telling people that the sensor technology, since the X-T2 didn't make as much of an improvement as you think, I think we're getting to the point where the image quality can't get any better than what it's already at now. All you get now from the XH2 sensor is an improved dynamic range, slightly better colors and tonality. And if I were to put images taken from both the XS10 and the XH2 and mix a bunch together, you guys won't be able to tell which one is which unless you start zooming in. There really is no difference aside more details on the XH2 because of that 40 megapixel sensor. The only thing you can really improve on is the camera technology, the camera speed, faster readout speeds, better autofocusing tracking, and improving on video. Again, the XS10 is not a perfect camera by all means, but it works for what I do, and don't get me wrong, there are still issues with this camera. The buffering is a bit slow now that I'm used to the Fujifilm XH2S and the XH2 because of that CF Express Type B card now. Like, it just moves photos and videos so quick, man. I don't think I can live without that anymore. Because I'm used to the XH2 and the S's autofocusing tracking, I don't think I can go back to the XS10 for anything that requires like heavy tracking. But other than that, you're still getting a camera that punches above its weight. A high quality sensor in a small form factor. If you don't need the autofocusing speed from the XH2S or you don't need that 40 megapixel sensor, honestly, 26 megapixel is more than enough. You're getting a small, stealthy, sleek camera with an amazing hand grip, man. This is an amazing hand grip. It's a great travel companion. Not even just for traveling, it's just a great companion overall for anything that you do with your photography. This camera is great, and I think for the price you're getting a good value camera. And I would recommend you look into getting one on the used market now that the XT5 and the XH2 and the XH2S are out. You can find some better deals and bargains for this camera, and people tend to sell their Fujifilm gear on the used market for a lot less. So you can get like a really good deal. So is the Fujifilm XS10 worth it in 2023? Absolutely, positively it is. The Fujifilm XS10 has been a great companion for me. It's been an extension of my body. I'm like so nimble with it. I can just work around its quirks. It's durable and it's not even weather sealed. And that's the thing that surprised me because I did a shoot last year in the snowstorm, like legit snow was falling down and it was getting wet and the camera held up. Nothing failed on me or anything like that. And I was using it a couple times while it was raining in the UK. And it was just light rain, and it held up fine. And the more time has passed, the more sentimental I get with this camera because of how many great photos that I took with this camera. And I can't believe it's been 2 years since owning this camera, man. Time flies, man. I'm freaking getting old now. And I'm hoping that the XS20 can come in and improve on things such as autofocusing tracking and the buffer readout speed and build on top of what makes the XS10 so special. Keep it within the small form factor with this hand grip. You know I love this hand grip right here, man. It just feels so satisfying to hold. And if they do make the XS20 like this, I might pick one up, and I don't think I would need another camera for years to come. But who am I kidding? I have like the biggest gas ever. I'm just gonna buy something in the future anyways. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about the Fujifilm XS10? Do you guys think that it's still worth it in 2023? What are your thoughts? And if you guys find this video helpful, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. I do Fujifilm and photography related content on this channel, and I got more coming your way. And as always, my name is Tongue, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Goodbye.